Hi, I'm here with Maj Sayyid. Is that how you
Is
pronounce your name, Maj?
it
And
is
I have been wanting to talk with Maj for ages now, and we actually met early when I started with SubTo a number of months ago, not in person, but we met virtually. And I can't say enough wonderful things about Maj. He's a lot of fun to begin with. He's tolerating my black eye during the recording, and if you stay on long enough, you
yeah.
might find out the truth at the end. I haven't decided yet about the black eye. But in the meantime, welcome, Maj. It's really fun to have you. Thank you for joining me.
Robin, thank you for having me here. You're amazing. First time we spoke, I think it was post Elephant Challenge, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that was amazing. But I appreciate you so much for having me here and being here.
yeah. It's a lot of fun. So I just recently joined the Zero Down project that Pace introduced, which is buying businesses instead of real estate. And you and I had talked a little while ago, earlier last week,
Hmm.
about um, business in general and the need for marketing, and the fact that I have, as my career, been in marketing. And we were chatting about, well, how could that work within Sub2 to kind of help other people? So, anyway, along those lines, one thing led to another in my mind. And I started thinking, well, why start a business? Why not buy a business and buy an agency? So I've actually kind of located one. I haven't, I'm just at the first baby steps of finding out more about this agency, a marketing
Okay,
agency. And I
wonderful.
wanted to chat with you, Maj, to see what your thoughts are. I know you've had a business before Sub2 and during Sub2, and now you're expanding. Talk to us a little bit about what you're doing. I mean, pre, during, post. Where are you going, and what are you looking for, first of all?
Yeah, no, awesome. Great question. Where I'm going? Oh man, I'm sorry about that.
So,
There's a fire truck. So yeah, there's a great question as to where I'm going. I'm in the same program as Robin, and we're both in Zero Down Sub2. Um, Before I even got into Sub2, we have a cleaning business. We still have that cleaning business till this day. A couple of them actually. One of them is a power washing business. The other one is a carpet cleaning business. We're both heavily involved, and by both of us, I'm talking about Anna, my girl, that we've been together for like 5 years and stuff. So we're not married yet. We're planning on it. We're getting there. So technically we are, since we've been together for so long. And she has helped me out so much, and I credit a lot of things that I'm able to do till this day to her. Like she does a lot of stuff behind the scenes that allows me to really do what I'm doing and have a lot of the freedom that I have to um, put time into real estate, put time into even business buying. And yeah, so we have the clean businesses. We still have them till this day. Decided to get into Sub2 and buy real estate through creative finance. And we were actually doing Airbnb arbitrage. Are you familiar with that, Robin?
absolutely, yeah. But you were
Yeah.
doing an arbitrage is a whole other animal. I mean, there's those of us in Sub2 that actually buy the property. But and tell us more about arbitrage. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so arbitrage is essentially, I mean, just for sake of the audience, it's when you're renting out, you're subletting from a landlord and you get their permission. That's the most important thing is being transparent and getting their permission in my eyes so you don't have it blow up in your face. Still ended up blowing in my face. I'll go over that later. But you get their permission and then you end up renting the property so, on Airbnb. So that's what we did for 2.5 years. It was very successful. We were very profitable with that. And on top of that, we were running our cleaning businesses. I was very on. I felt like I was on top of the world. I was like, oh man, nothing can touch me. I don't have to keep doing this anymore. Like in my eyes, I thought I retired because it's so cool. As the first person I pitched arbitrage to was this landlord. So Is it okay to go into the story as to
Yeah,
how I found
please,
this one?
please,
Okay.
absolutely. I really like to know.
Okay.
Go for it.
So after a carpet cleaning job that I got done with, looking up on my phone for the next address to go to, and I get to the stop sign in Boulder, Colorado. I'm not sure if you've been to Boulder. Have you been to Boulder,
Hmm.
Robin? Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
you've been to
beautiful.
Boulder. Have you seen the Flatirons?
No, I haven't. It was a
Oh
long
my
time
God.
ago when I was a little girl, in all honesty.
Okay.
So I don't. Yeah, go for it.
Yes. Next time you're in Colorado, you got to come to Boulder and check out the Flatirons. It's a beautiful sight of the western slope, like the foothills of the
Oh,
mountains. So
yeah.
that's the stop sign that I pulled up to. I look up and I was like, wow, that's a beautiful view. And I look to my left and I see this house that looks like a crack house, tall
Mhm.
grass, uh, and then a for rent sign in it. And at that time, I was very heavy into YouTube, learning how to do stock option trading, crypto, all kinds of stuff as to how to amplify my wealth and amplify my income. And I was also learning about Airbnb arbitrage. And during this time, I was confident enough to pitch it. So I reached out to the landlord, just called him, and said, "Hey, I see your property here that's for rent at such and such a street. Do you mind if I check it out in person? Can we set up a time?" He said, "Oh, yeah, we could definitely set up a time." Oh, my goodness. He said, "Yeah, we could definitely set up a time." So that's what we did. We set up a time. And uh, I've been chatting.
What's what's going on, Maj? You look distracted.
Oh my God, yeah, I am very distracted right now. I actually have to turn away this way. Let me go this way over here. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. So, yeah, at that time, I ended up. Is this a bit better? You can
It's
hear me?
not quite as good clear, but that's okay.
All right.
I mean, that's fine.
That's all right. I'll go this way. Okay. Is it
Yeah, that's good.
better?
That's good
Okay.
if that works for you.
Yeah. That's the thing about being in downtown Denver is you have random people that just come around. So, anyways, I get to meet the landlord at the property, and inside was immaculate. Almost, it was under construction, so it was a renovation, and is very updated on the inside, but the outside looked absolutely 1990s, I would say. Uh, and the yard work was okay, but what really got it for me was the layout of the property. There was a separate entrance into a room, which, if you know, like I know, Robin, like two entrances into the house. And then after I was experiencing this knowledge about arbitrage, I was like, oh, boom, light bulb moment. And I asked him, I said, hey, so you have this property here. What if we actually, what if I took it over for you and just ended up renting it and I have a professional cleaning company? Can we move forward and we just have it as a corporate rental? And then this person, the landlord, there's two landlords, and they said, "Yeah, that's fine with me as long as you pay the rent." I said, "Oh wow, okay." So first try, ended up pitching it, and then it was good to go. So um,
Wow.
yeah, at that time I got very complacent, very comfortable into what was going on. So I just decided to stop. I got comfortable, and then I didn't do anything else. And that moment from there was the time where I said, I'm never going to be complacent like that ever again in my life. I'm just going to keep pushing the bar and pushing the bar and keep pushing it because life catches up to you if you don't continue progressing. And if you rest on your laurels, and I say you because I'm like speaking to my previous self, but as I
Right.
was resting my previous laurels, life caught up. Uh, Ended up having to. We moved out of the house and rented the whole thing out because it was like a house hack at first. And when we moved out, we were Airbnb-ing it. Man, it was amazing. Like we were bringing in 4,000, 5,000 net from the property, and from there, we're just like, okay, this is amazing. Nothing can go wrong. We ended up losing it because the landlord ended up turning into a tired landlord, And he said that he wanted to get a property management company. That property management company then did their due diligence, ended up finding out we were doing Airbnb, and then we couldn't do it because of regulations in the area, saying that we needed our name on the deed of the property. So it's like, you know what, maybe we could do a midterm, but I had nowhere near as much knowledge as I have right now. So I got uh, very fearful at the time, uncertain, and I just decided to go the easiest route and then just quit. So I took all the stuff, got refunded back our earnest, or not earnest money, but refund for first and last month's met for the deposit, and then just stopped it. Just put all the furniture in my basement, and I said, "All right, this isn't going to happen. Like, we need to figure something out. I'm not just going to take this L. Like, I need to get into another property." So we tried looking for another property. We tried doing it traditionally, FHA route, FHA route at 2021 when this happened. It was not the way to go. Like, buyers with the FHA offer were very bottom of the barrel. No one wants to entertain that. It was just straight cash, hundreds or what do you call it, 50,000, sometimes even $100,000 over asking in Colorado. That's the standard offer that we were getting. I'm not sure where you are, Robin, but that's nuts. Did you
California.
get? Yeah, was
Yeah,
that like that where you
California.
are?
Yeah, it's
California.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane. So, that's where we were at for the Airbnb arbitrage type of space, and it really helped us out with getting more experience um, in the realm of being a host, like being Airbnb hosts. We were 5-star hosts for the whole time being, and yeah, it was just a great time. Now here we are.
So now what are you doing now? Do you
Well,
have
right
any
now,
investments that you've made, and are you, what are you doing?
yeah. So right now we are in. So the next step was we got into SubTo, and that's how we learned about getting into the houses creatively. So we now are getting traction with that. We developed relationships with everybody in the community. So right now we're still running our cleaning businesses, power washing and carpet cleaning, and we're looking to buy a business that we can bolt on to our current business, and then be out of there from being the hands-on type of operators that we're doing right now. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're looking to do for the cleaning businesses, and then we're looking to buy business or houses creatively. So we're actually under contract for one right now in Colorado Springs, under contract, and then we're closing on Monday, and we also are under contract for one in Idaho Falls, and North Carolina, and a few other ones on the southeast. So I'm excited for those ones. And
Yeah.
essentially, what we're going to be doing is buying houses with the cash flow that we acquire through buying businesses. So that's where I'm staying in, and I'm looking for cleaning businesses that are anywhere from 800,000 to $1.5 thousand or $1.5 million, sorry, in revenue in Colorado. And yeah, so I wouldn't mind spending maybe 6 months, 12 months out of the year to get that business up and running, and then be off hands with it, and then be making passively about $20,000 a month. Hopefully, I'm fine starting off low, 2,000 a month for me. Like, I'm still very young, and I am willing to work and put the grind. But the thing is, I think that's my downfall right there, is just being open to the grind, because I just love working. I love working with my hands, and I also love working with my head. And I remember reading with your email earlier, just saying like overthinking, and I overthink a lot, and especially in the field that I'm in, where there's high risk involved. You have to think about the repercussions, and I also just think about everything that's going on with you know like life in general. Like, I'm a planner, and I have a lot of forethought. I don't just do things just to do them. There's a lot of
Yeah.
intention behind the things that I do, and I want it to be able to be worth the effort, that I put in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you work strategically. So
Hmm.
you have a plan in mind that you've mapped out that deals with the various risks and opportunities, and you
Yes.
go for it at that point. So I'm a lot like that too. So I can relate to that. So
Oh,
tell me,
100%.
have you seen a shift in your perspective or in your accomplishments or in any of what you're working on in business after you joined SubTo? Was there anything
Yes.
that happened? Because
Oh, yeah.
obviously you were involved with it before SubTo. You were arbitraging before SubTo, and then you joined
Yeah.
SubTo. So what was the difference?
I think the difference is the camaraderie and having people around you that are doing the same thing. Also, people around you that are doing better things than you, like than myself. When I was just thinking of what people would look like that were multimillionaires, billionaires, even, I didn't think of them as normal people until I met them. And then it really shifted the whole perspective for me and made me realize, like, okay, this is possible. I'm in the same room breathing the same air as this person that has the same 24 hours as me. Why am I not putting myself in a predicament where I could be set up to win? And that, being in that space multiple times, day in and day out, and not just to Zoom, but also physically. And there's a huge thing when you actually show up physically and you meet people face to face, and you have a conversation with them, and they're looking in your eyes, having a conversation, and honestly telling you how they can help you with your business, how they can help you with to acquire real estate, or talk to an agent, or talk to a seller, and work on your sales skills. Like, there's just that much value has allowed me to believe in myself to the point where I can talk to an agent confidently, or take a call. Like if we were talking right now, I wouldn't do this, but if I had a call from an agent, I would just be able to take the call from the agent and be smooth sailing on that call. I wouldn't have to overthink it. Before, I would just like, oh, let me light some candles. Let me just get my glass of water and set it right here on. Like, I had to have the right setting, but now I don't need that anymore. I can just take things on the fly, and that's what I needed in order to do what I'm doing for my lifestyle that I'm doing, being owner operator of two different companies. Like, I can't just be sitting at home and have a right setting. So now that I'm able to do things such as, like, I'm taking our call right now because
I can tell.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out and about in the field, and I do apologize about the
Oh
background
no,
stuff
don't
going
worry
on
about
here,
it.
but
No, it's
I,
fun. Thank you.
oh man, it is not fun where I am right now, but I am biting the bullet right now. So yeah, it has skyrocketed my business. I ended up hiring someone for the first time outside of my friend group in carpet cleaning. It didn't go too well. It didn't go that far. I had to fire them in 3 days because they decided not to show up. So I realized from that point on, I needed to really believe in myself and focus on core principles when starting a team. And now I started a team of about six of us right now, and we've been going hard for about 3 months. And we are finally locking up deals. We locked up our first deal the beginning of August, and ever since then, we've been knocking up at least 1 to 2 deals a week. So,
Wow.
yeah, I just don't know what's happened. I'm honestly just taking things as we go. I'm not really trying to think too much about it, or overthink things.
Are these wholesale deals, or are they moving into your midterm and short-term rental deals, or are they a mixture?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So we are actually looking to wholesale a majority of these. However, I've been really looking to get into the midterm rental space. Shout out to Tanisha. She's actually been helping me out here and there when it comes down to it. Very awesome. She's very helpful. And yeah, so I'm looking to do midterm rentals, but this one in Colorado Springs that we're closing on Monday is actually going to be a wrap. It's a 3.75% interest rate. So
Wow.
we're going to wrap 3% on top of that and be pocketing the difference. I haven't done the calculations yet. Like, literally, I'm doing everything on the fly and having faith and confidence in myself and also reaching out to those that have tried it and have been successful at it, and
Yeah.
putting the two together. So I'm just literally just I'm jumping out of the plane while putting together my parachute before I hit the
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get it. Well, nice
yeah,
that it's nice for where you're located though, because you've got some great leaders around you, right? And I mean Angie's
yeah.
group and Dom, and you've got meetups that you can go to. And I think
Mhm.
that's the difference. Are you drawing a crowd because you're like a newscast? Is
No, there's just somebody
that
else
what's
that's
going
near
on?
me. That's yeah, yeah. Somebody like the person that's near me. They pulled up and got out of a car with just vomit all over their face, and I was
Oh
just like,
no.
oh my gosh! And then I could smell it, and it's not. So I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
Yes.
Hey,
I
you said
love, and I
stories.
have to
I
draw
got stories.
attention.
It's
You're
not. It's not me
living
though.
you're living your talk, because no,
Yeah.
I'm glad it's you too. Because you're like you say, you're learning to get out. It's you, and it exudes from you. It's the mindset switch that you went through, and
Yeah.
now you're out doing what you love. You're out moving around other people, and you're doing business simultaneously. So you're being genuine, and I think that's
Mhm.
who you are. Is when I first met you and spoke to you, I could tell immediately, here's a guy that comes from the heart and is genuine in what he's doing.
Thank you.
And that makes such a difference in talking with people and being able to talk with people. So I think that
Thank you.
what you're describing, if I can be so bold, is as you had your business, you were dabbling in real estate, you tried the arbitrage, and then when you came through SubTo, gears kind of shifted, and your mindset started morphing for the better. You got more
Yes.
confidence, and you started walking your talk, and being able to just on the fly talk to people and start making deals. You pull together a team, which is something that we are constantly encouraged to do in SubTo, is to get your team of people together. And now,
Yeah.
my gosh, two deals a week for over a month now. That's fantastic. Congratulations. How
Thank
exciting.
you. Thank you. No,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I honestly, now that you're recapping everything, and I truly appreciate that, I was like, wow, I did say that. Because it's different when you're saying it back to me. So I truly appreciate you doing that. And wow, no, it's been an amazing journey so far, and I want to be able to share it with other people. Like our main thing is JV, and we're actually JVing with other people when doing these deals, whether they have private money to bring in, if they're buyers on the deal, if they're wholesalers bringing us a deal, if they're an agent, whatever way that looks like. If they're TC, we want to be able to plug them in. If they're underwriter, we want to be able to plug them in. And I say that to say, Robin, we need to do some deals.
I know, I
Let's
agree
do it.
with you 100%. And right now, as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm kind of focused on acquiring a marketing agency, but
Let's
I
do
am
that.
absolutely
Can you tell me
enthused.
about
There's
that?
a word, huh?
Can you tell me about
I'm
that,
so
the marketing agency? Because I'm definitely
Oh,
interested. Like,
yeah.
marketing is
Well,
important, and people need to know that.
yeah. So, as I mentioned, I have a long career in marketing, but I just really don't want to get in the weeds in doing the social media, in doing the funnels and the landing pages and all of the online marketing stuff that I've done for so
Hmm.
many years. I'm more like you. I'm more of a strategic thinker. I prefer thinking big. So through this zero down program that Pace has introduced, which is very exciting, um,
Yeah.
I found just in the last 48 hours a marketing agency, happens to
Wow.
be in Minnesota. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a good fit or not. But hey, somebody pointed out to me in the group, marketing is virtual for the most part
I
these
was just gonna
days.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of getting to know the team that's in place and putting some added value, maybe even some virtual. I don't know. So I'm just in the first baby steps of learning more about the business and finding out if it's a good fit. But my intent is to design it to support me in another business because I intend to also start coaching, and the book, and that's going to accompany this podcast, and
Yay.
people within SubTo, because the whole concept behind this podcast and the book in the very beginning was to give back. I felt like I had been absorbing so much from the community since I
Mhm.
joined a few months ago that I hadn't really been able to return what I'd been getting. So
Right.
I talked to Pace about it. I gave him the concept. He said, sounds good. So I'm going for it. I've learned, like you, that you need to walk your talk. So I've started up this podcast. I'm getting feedback that I can edit with the book. The book is really about the community and
Right.
about the milestone of 10,000, and about leadership because of because of the 40 years of experience I've had in business. I've been around the block a few times.
Oh,
Oh, um,
oh, okay. I
with
was gonna mute
regards,
myself.
there's all kinds of stuff going on there.
Yeah, oh my
Um,
God.
so the book looks at leadership, it looks at mindset, it looks at technology, and it looks at how entrepreneurship is morphing and utilizing community more than ever, and why. And that's kind of
Mhm.
it in a nutshell. But then we use SubTo as an example because I think it's a shining example of the success that people can achieve when you
Yes.
surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah, and I wanna let me mute myself.
So this, but
I am so sorry.
no, it's okay. It, I should have something to say in the meantime.
Oh
Oh,
man,
well, maybe this
it's the
go ahead.
apocalypse right now. It seems like. Here.
People with
No.
things on their face, and fire trucks, and
Yes.
the
Oh
police are
my goodness.
coming.
Yes. Man, it is rough. It is rough. Trust me, it's not this crazy in Denver. Even at nighttime, I have no idea when it's like 5 p.m. where I'm at in in Denver, and I guess it's just going insane. But to echo of what you were saying about having the community around and having people that are high value and pouring into themselves, pouring into each other, it speaks volumes of itself. Just speaking to you, you're high value individual yourself, Robin, and wanting to expound upon your skills of marketing and bring that to other people and bring the roses to them while they can still smell it, and help them out, because a lot of these people in SubTo, like some of them, yes, there's very successful people in SubTo, but some of them are just getting started. I when I joined, I was just getting started. Like I still say this analogy till this day is I'm basically an infant. Like I'm starting to get into my toddler phase, but when I first joined, I was a newborn. Like I was a newborn that just is starting to get his new tooth, or the little tooth growing out. I was starting to teeth because I had some Airbnb arbitrage experience, but that was it. But to expound upon the valuable people, I decided to develop a real estate team because of the valuable people that I was around, and these people would invest serious time into their personal development, and it was almost, when I found this out, was a no-brainer to say, all right, let me stop what I'm doing with the cleaning company, or at least trying to grow that, because there's not this many valuable people that I can choose from to put into this cleaning company. Like if I can choose someone in SubTo to put in my cleaning company, I would. I'd probably choose an operator and find them, but they would not want to do the work that I need in order to get that growing and scaled up. So I decided to focus on our real estate. Even though we were going for 3 months, our cleaning business was going for, let's see, 5 years. But that big gap of 5 years to 3 months is a huge difference And in 5 years is basically me and Anna doing all the work. But in 3 months, we have a group of 4 people that are making more traction, like making big chunks of progress over and over and over again, because we believed in a common goal, we set core principles, and we're all working daily to achieve those two things, at the beginning. So that to me, to say what you were saying is huge. When you have high quality people and they're vetted, they're sifted out, they're filtered, and everyone else is just on the same frequency, so to speak.
Yeah, and it's exactly what I'm experiencing as well, is that business just seems to explode when you're surrounding yourself with the right people. And there's so
Hmm.
many of them that are available and hungry in SubTo. Like you
Yeah,
say, some of are established and successful, and others, I think the great majority are hungry for more
yeah,
success, and we're all helping one another.
huge.
Well,
Yes,
Maj, I know that you've got an appointment that you're headed towards, and
yeah.
I just want to say thank you so much for joining. This has been absolutely miraculously fun. Thank you. I've
No, thank
enjoyed it
you.
so
This has
much.
been amazing. I want to
Yeah, and I
interview
look
you
forward to
on my
more.
podcast too.
Okay. I
Let's do
hope
it.
I'll be done with this by then. But oh, by the way, I am not going to reveal how this came through this right now. If anybody in the listening audience wants to know, I'll drop little hints from podcast to podcast.
Yes,
So
yes. The
join us.
next one that we have, the next one that we have. Sorry to cut you off. Just try not to get a black eye.
I have all my teeth.
Yes, or if you do have a black eye, get matching black eyes.
Well, one of the things I've been saying to people is, as you get older, the beauty of getting older is your vanity is no longer an issue.
Oh, what?
So, well, you either kind of have figured out that you're beautiful as you are, or you
You
need
are.
to make yourself beautiful. And I've gotten to the point where I am who I am, and people will
Hmm.
accept me for who I am. And I know that the beauty that I have is something that comes from inside, and that is
I
what I
feel it.
want to share more than
Yeah.
anything. So
Yes. And no, I felt that the moment that we first talked. When we first talked too, I think you had I think you were sick at the time or something. You had like a coarse voice, and you're like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I can't really talk." I was like, "Oh, it's okay, I can hear you fine." But you're a very loving individual, very uplifting, supportive, and encouraging individual, and I truly appreciate you and our relationship. And I look forward to actually meeting you in person when we get
me
the
too.
chance. But you've always been good vibes and a great person, so I want to say thank
Thank
you
you. Are
truly.
you going to BPCon in October?
I'm not. I've been traveling
Oh,
so much.
buggers.
Yeah, I'm not, but I'll definitely be going to some event next year. I just need to get a few things wrapped
Okay.
up on our end, especially with the business buying stuff. So when we get things going, I'm really just in my groove right now, and I don't want to mess that up. So it's
Yeah,
awesome.
smart. That's very smart. All right. Once
Yes.
again, Maj, thank you
No, thank
very
you.
much
Thank
for
you.
joining me. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Robin.
Bye-bye,
Have a wonderful
everybody.
day.
You too.